Hello everybody, and welcome to another Kaldheim draft here on the channel. This one is special because it is a streamer showdown tournament draft. If I go 2-1 or better, I qualify for the second round of the streamer showdown. So we are going to do our best to do well here. We're playing against the Ham TV, which is Kyle Rose. He's great. MTG Nerd Girl, Gimli XX, Going Optimal, Ryan Spain, Jamie Topples, Alias V, and then Floridaman, who I haven't heard of, but they're probably a nice person. We have 44 seconds to make this pick, but before I do, I want to remind you that if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with any questions or feedback, check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas, and if you want to support my content, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Okay, so in this pack, the reason I was able to spend so long talking is because it's a pretty clear bounding gold, I think. Dream Devourer is a card that I do not think is particularly great. It's just not very good on defense, and it only works in certain decks, and it's just very clunky and stuff. I think Bounding Gold is the best white common, so I'm pretty fine starting my draft off with that. I'm not going to take a Snow Forest before I take any Snow Payoffs, because I don't think it is wise, especially in this pot of drafters that are generally going to be very good in prioritizing the Snow lands. I don't really want to be forcing myself down that lane if I don't have a reason to do so. Okay, moving into pick 2, there is a Dwarven Hammer, which is a card that I'm a pretty big fan of. It just takes over the game. And it's one color. It also pairs nicely with the Bounding Gold. Red-white is a pretty nice aggro color combination. And I think Dwarven Hammer is just a premium uncommon. Not premium, maybe. I think it's pretty good. It's one of the better red uncommons, in my opinion. Looking at the rest of the cards, Divine Gambit is a solid card, but I don't really prioritize it. I might be able to wheel it, and it's a card that you're fine playing, because if you have a lot of other removal, you can just remove whatever they put into play or things like that. In the commons section, the Tuskeri Firewalker is one that appeals to me. I think it's a little bit worse than the Hammer, just because the Hammer provides such a unique effect on the game. It turns all of your creatures into like must-answer threats, which is really nice if you're beating down. And then Elderfang Disciple is a pretty solid black common as well for the more grindy black decks. I think black is actually one of the few colors that can play a mid-range game in this format. But overall, I think the Dwarven Hammer is great. It's only like truly great in an aggro deck, but I already have a card that indicates I might be an aggressive color combination, and I can try to build my deck to be more aggressive. Wowza. So, in this pack, there's 2 different runes here. I think Rune of Sustenance is really good. It just makes it basically impossible to race you, and it's especially good with Dwarven Hammer because it means that your opponent can't just tempo you out of the game if you're trying to equip the hammer everywhere, because eventually you're going to get a hit in and just gain like 6 life, which is really nice. So Rune of Sustenance is quite good. I think that Rune of Flight can be solid as well. It can be Quantum. There's also Fearless Pup, which is a card that I'm not a huge fan of, but it is probably the best red card in this pack. There's also Snow Mountain, but in red-white specifically, the only card that's going to care about mountains are the, Frostbite. And so I don't really take them super highly because I'm not necessarily even going to get Frostbites. So I think it's pretty Rune of Sustenance. And then the second card I was considering out of this pack is Beskir Shieldmate. It is really good with equipments like the Dwarven Hammer because it gives you 2 bodies. So if they kill the first one, you then equip the next card. And it's just a solid 2-drop for any of your white decks. But Rune of Sustenance is really nice, so I'm going to be taking that. Pup is also pretty good with the Hammer because first strike ++3/+0 is pretty nice. And looks like we are cooking with fire here. This is a really nice addition to the team. Great white aggressive card. Getting it 4th pick is a definite signal here that we can maybe move into a white deck. In this pack, there's also a Doomscar Oracle, which is pretty decent if you're trying to be casting double spells. It's not like super good as an aggressive body because a 3-mana 3/2 is not super efficient. But Funeral Longboat and Runamuck are also cards that this sort of deck can utilize better than others. I particularly like the combination between Funeral Longboat and Codespell Cleric, because Codespell Cleric is the 1/1 that puts a counter somewhere, and then it's a 1-mana creature. It puts a counter if it's the second card you cast. And so I like the Funeral Longboat with that because it is helpful for like using the 1-powered creature that you have. But Usher the Fallen, really nice. You can oftentimes boast it a couple times, get some nice value. And there was a +2/+1 Anthem effect in one of the packs that we saw earlier on. I forget exactly which one, so if we wield that, it could be nice. We're not committed to being red-white, but these cards do work pretty nicely with the equipment that we have, because those 1/1s still lethal threats if you have a Dwarven Hammer. All of our cards are looking quite nice. I have drafted red-white a decent amount, enough to get some familiarity with the archetype for sure. And this is a pack where I might potentially dip on my main two colors. I'm not a huge fan of the Immersturm Raider. The problem is there's just, unlike Beskir Shieldmate, the 2/1 on this one doesn't die into anything. It's going to trade for a lot of things. I don't know, it's not a card that I prioritize, and taking it as my second red card is maybe a bit ambitious. There's an Infernal Pet, which can go nicely sometimes, but I think Dwarven Hammer is still really good. So maybe this is the opportunity to snap up a Warhorn Blast or take a Hagi Mob. I don't love prioritizing top-end cards, but it is a pretty decent card to play up there. Infernal Pet can be solid. Trickery is just unplayable and limited, I think. It's between Blast, Raider, and Hagi Mob. I think I'm going to get a Blast later. I guess I will take the Raider because 2-drops are the most likely area where I'm going to be missing out. Yeah, I know that I don't have to be red, but I don't have another card that I'm really looking to play there. So in this pack, there's a Grizzled Outrider, which is a pretty sizable card. There's a Snakeskin Veil, which is a nice combat trick. And then there's 2 white cards. White is the color that I know I'm going to play. It has seemed open. I've gotten past a lot of white cards, even though there wasn't one that pack. I think I'm going to take the Story Seeker over the Starnheim Courser, just because Starnheim Courser is really good with Bound and Gold and Dwarven Hammer and Rune of Sustenance. But getting good 2-drops is really nice. And I just prioritized a 2-drop. So Courser could be really nice. It works already with 3 of my cards. I really want to make sure I get enough 2-drops is the thing. I think I'm going to take the Story Seeker just because you really want to have... I really want to have 2-drops. Courser's more replaceable for me. You really can't have a good aggressive deck without 2-drops. Oh, baby, we got there. But you can have a good aggressive deck without a 3-drop, even if it is good with my equipments and auras and stuff. This is a pick between Frostbite and Tormentor's Helm. I think Dwarven Reinforcements is solid, but I like the Tormentor's Helm better than the Reinforcements. And I think I'm actually going to take the Helm over the Frostbite, because in this deck, I'm not going to have the Snowlands to ever enable Frostbite, and in that case, I don't really prioritize it. I actually had a deck where I could have played 3 Frostbites, and I only played 1 of them, because I was never going to be able to deal 3 damage with it. And getting more equipment is quite nice. This one's particularly powerful if I can get a couple of them, because stacking it onto creatures is nice. Okay, and now this is a chance where we can hate draft something. What's a card that's going to be good against our deck, but maybe not as good against other decks? Mist of Lityara is could be a problem for us. We're probably going to just be playing red-white at this point. We're not going to want Open the Omen Pass. We could take Broken Wings because it can kill our equipments and our auras, so that's probably a card that's worth hate drafting a little bit. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on this pack, because it's not like a card where if I was a certain color combination, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is a really late X. Like Raise the Dragon would be nice, but I think I'm pretty happy with my red-white start so far. Shock that can only hit creatures is a little bit worse, and I'm not going to want too many copies of it. Praying for Coal. We're not going to have to pray. They're just going to give us Coal. So in this pack, there's a Funeral Longboat, there's a Divine Gambit. Gambit gets a little bit worse than this sort of deck, but it's still a card that you can play. This is like a 5-drop. This is a pretty reasonable 2-drop. There was a Gambit the next pack. You can still play Gambit. It takes things out, but I think I'd rather have the boat. It just hits pretty hard. I don't think Mystic Reflection is very good. There's also another Divine Gambit next pack, I think, so I'll probably get that one if I want one. Yeah, it's not playable in the early game, really, but it can. If they play a big blocker to stabilize, you can still take it out. There's Elderfang Disciple, which can be annoying. There's Coma's Faithful, which is annoying. Master Skald is going to be my pick, though. I can return a Bound and Gold if they manage to kill it, a Dwarven Hammer, Funeral Longboat. I'm going to probably be able to trigger this, or I think have a chance to trigger, and it's the only card in my colors. But I think the thing is, Jasperline, is I think multiple copies of Helm are like actively good. Because if you put 2 copies of this on one of your creatures, it's just horrifying for your opponent to deal with. It's so difficult. And the pup came back. That's great with all my equipments. Giving it +1/+1 is good with first strike. Giving it +3/+0 is great with it. I might get a little bit of boast synergy going. There's also Valor of the Worthy, but I'm not really going that direction right now. I'm just going to use cheap 1-drop. Currently, I'm liking my deck. I'm glad I made the Immersturm Raider pick and the Story Seeker pick, because currently I only have 2 2-drops, and I'm going to want as many as I can get. I'm not going to want a Cinderheart Giant, so I'll just take whatever the cheap play is here. Maybe I will take the Giant, just so I don't accidentally put someone into red. Maybe they have a Giant's payoff, and they're just like, oh, late Giant. But I haven't really passed any Giant's payoff, so they would have had to like open it. Warhorn Blast, let's go. It's not great in our deck right now. Currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures, but it could get really good, and it's good with some of my other cards. Yeah, but I don't mind getting multiple Helms. Like if I could have 2 Helms or 2 Frostbites, I would rather have 2 Frostbites in the 2 Helms in this deck. And Frostbite, when it's only doing 2 damage, is not like a premium card. It's like an okay card when it's dealing 2 damage. Okay, so there's a Herald Unites the Elves, which is not good in my deck. There is a Tormentor's Helm, which I do like in my deck. There's an Iron Verdict, which isn't as good for me because I'm going to be attacking them, so they're not going to be tapping their creatures. But I do like a second Helm. Raven Wings might wheel. I'm not sure if I want the Raven Wings. I think I'm going to take this Helm. I think I'm just going to commit to my colors, make sure I get playables. I have 11 playables after pack 1. I'm not going to try to do something fancy like hedge into another color because I don't think it's necessary. I'm not a fan of Verdict in my aggressive decks. I like Helm a lot in these sorts of things. It's so cheap to equip. But the thing is Horn is an equipment that specifically overlaps well with other Helms. I'm not going to play the Horn Blast, I don't think. I'm just going to play a bunch of Helms. I'm not confident that Helm does wheel. I think there's a lot of drafters at this table that probably know how good Helm is. And I don't want Verdict, really. I'm not going to play Verdict, I don't think. I want cards that can get rid of blockers. So I'm just going to... I don't see the need to risk missing out on a card that's just going to be good for my deck. And now we get a Starnheim Courser. I'm glad to have a copy of this. It's really good. Getting past Fall the Imposter feels a little bit bad, but we have enough good red cards that I think it's worth sticking to our guns here. We don't actually have as many good white cards, ironically. But we have gotten a few good white cards. But I think Starnheim Courser's solid enough. I mean, it's only pick 2. I'm not worried. Our deck is going to end up pretty good here. One of the things that people often do is they just like hedge too much. Like once you realize that you can like hedge your bets, people tend to hedge too much. But we've kind of got our lane here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 good cards for our deck in white. We're not going to get more than that for another color at this point. We even have Warhorn Blast that we can play. And Starnheim Course is actually really good in our deck. It makes the Hammer cost less. It makes the Bounding Gold cost less. It makes Funeral Longboat cost less. I'm pretty happy with how we're going. Oh, yes. Who said things weren't going well? That's right. Nobody. Second Dwarven Hammer is incredible. I do just want anything with a pulse at this point. Pups are great. Pretty much anything's great, though. The Raptor's great. Battlefield Hawk or whatever. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. So I just want anything with a pulse. This card's great. There's also some cards that might wheel. We might wheel a Goldmaw Champion. We're not going to want Forging the Tyrite Sword. But I like the Hammer a lot. After this, I would probably take the Frostbite because it's just cheaper. I'm not going to have any Giants to enable the Squash. And just having a little bit of cheap removal is nice. But I could also see an argument for Goldmaw Champion. It does wear the equipments that I have pretty well. It can like make blocks tough for the opponent, and I do need to make sure that I get some creatures. I will say also that these hammers are creatures. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. I'm probably not going to play the Scald though. This is also like a creature, so I'm probably going to cut this for now. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And it's really good with the Courser because you can cast it for 4 mana. So there's a Narfi in this pack. There is a Avalanche Caller. This is a really good pack for snow decks. The person passing to me is probably in snow, but I don't really feel like hate drafting a card here when there's a Longboat or a Braggart for me to take. Both of which are pretty solid. There's also Doomscar Oracle, but I don't love that as much. Just a generic 3-drop. And I don't mind making the person I'm passing to a little bit better. I'm not going to have to play them until later rounds, even if they do have a great deck. I think between the Braggart, the Longboat, I don't think I have enough creatures to make 2 Longboats feasible right now, even though I think the first copy is going to be pretty good for me. Braggart is reasonable. Doomscar Oracle, maybe not as much of a great card for me. I just don't really care about the life gain. I already have Story Seeker for a little life gain and Rune of Sustenance for a little life gain. Spoils isn't really a card that I want in this deck. I want to be pressuring them at all times. I think having 1 Braggart is going to be fine. I don't have any 4s right now. Not that you really care about having 4s. I would love a second Starnheim Courser because making the hammers cost less is real nice. Okay, so Reckless Crew, where X is the number of vehicles you control plus the number of equipment you control. You attach an equipment you control to it. Okay, so how many equipments and vehicles do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. It's only vehicles and equipment, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this wheels, I'd take it then, maybe. I think it's between Pup and Hulk. I don't really care about getting 4-drops as much. And just having cheap cards to put my equipments on and they can buff themselves later, I think it's probably better. Hulk is a pretty beefy body. Pup also might wheel. I mean, you need to make 3 guys for that to be worth a card, pretty much. Or, let me rephrase, you need to make 2 guys for it to be worth a card. Oh, yes. Keep hooking me up with these helms. I love the Pup pick now. The thing with the crew is, it's like, if you compare it to the 4-mana make 2/2/1 card that has Foretell, the Foretell card is just better. So what you need to be doing is making 3, because that card, the vehicle card and equipment card has risk associated with it, whereas the make 2/2/1s doesn't have any risk. And yeah, this is an easy helm. I'm just going to take it while I talk about that other point. I'm probably not going to play Funeral Longboat if I'm just playing all these helms. The Pup is pretty good with all these Tormentor's helms. But if you can make multiple 2/1s with it and the auto equip, that's pretty nice. I don't play the Dwarven Hammers. The Dwarven Hammers are right here, bud. I put them in the 5-drop slot. Well, this is kind of funny. I guess we're going to understand how this is going to work. They are equipments. I guess I do want that card that makes 2/1s. You'd take the Effigy here. I could see that, but I'm not going to do it. Is 4 excessive? I guess we'll find out together. How does a dog wear 4 helmets? Well, he wears them like they're paw guards. Man, this is a sick deck. You love to see it. Oh, all I needs are pups and helms, pups and helms, pups and helms. All I need are pups and helms all the livelong day. This is certainly a 17-land deck. Recruit is going to be so sick if it comes back, because I have 4, 6... I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm going to play it. Because you have to have like 3 equipments in play already. The 1/2 flyer would be pretty sweet in my deck, but Pup is a good substitute. Cerberus, Antonio. Thank you, Rick Reardon. Triple Pup. So we have a lot of 1-drops here. Okay, we do not need any of these cards. We're not going to play combat tricks in this deck, but I guess I take it. Actually, I'm just going to take the Prediguard Stronghold so I don't give it to someone else, because that's kind of annoying against me. But I'm not going to play any combat tricks in this deck, really, because I just have Helms to be my combat buffers. Wings is not going to be okay. I have so many cards that care about affecting combat already that I just have to play all creatures with my other slots. My discretionary slots are going to be any premium removals I get. Like if I get a Demon Bolt in pack 3, I'll need that to be one of my slots. This Funeral Longboat might not make the cut. This Rune of Sustenance is a discretionary slot. I just have to have a lot of creatures now. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're going to take the Glade Walker out of here. All these other cards are kind of meh. With the helmed pups. The winged pups. Yes. Helm's Deep. I love that part of this. That's like my favorite scene in the entire Lord of the Rings. It's so good. Toss me. Ooh, we get a Squash. Maybe we'll play it. I don't think we want Forging the Tyrite Sword. It takes 3 turns to get an equipment. We can get a Helm. And Squash could be a playable card if we really need a second removal spell. Glittering Frost is probably a more key card for the decks that care about it. So I currently have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 creatures. Yes! We did it! That's so funny. Oh gosh. We might actually play this. That would be the funniest thing ever. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. New pack. Wow, what an open. This card is absurd. Just imagine this in our deck. We play it on turn 3, and then we just play like 6 cards. I guess the next turn, because they're all 1 mana. And they're all red. Actually, the way it works is you can use the mana that you get from playing the Helm to play it. We're not going to wheel Bolt. That would be absurdity. But we could wheel Story Seeker or Code Spell Cleric, both of which we'd be happy to play. Bergie's just so good. Why am I playing that hammer for 2? This is such a sick open. It's a great pack too because we might be able to wheel the Code Spell or the Story Seeker, and we do just need more creatures. Story Seeker in particular works well with our equipments because buffing Lifelink is nice. Also, Behold is in this pack, Bloodsky Berserker's in this pack, Icebind Pillar's in this pack, Blue-Red Snow Duel, pretty good one. I mean, there's a lot of good cards in this pack. Bergie is so good, though. We're pretty happy to get Bergie. We aren't in the market for Raven Wings. Axeguard versus Bound. I think Bound will be our second and last removal spell. Axeguard is good. Don't get me wrong. I would love Axeguard. But I think having a second removal spell is nice. And this way I won't have to play Squash. And it costs less with my Courser. I would consider playing it if I top decked it late. I'm not going to pick the poison. Why would I pick the poison? Axeguard Cavalry is good. But I think just getting a second Bound is more important here. It just gives me some interaction. Axeguard could wheel, that is true, but I don't think it will. 4 helms. I've got 19. I'm just gonna. I think 2 removal spells is like a must for any deck, so I'm just gonna take the bound. And now I'm gonna take the Starnheim Courser over the Pup. Pup is gonna wheel, and Starnheim works really well with my bounding golds, my hammers, and my Burgi if I want to cast that as an artifact. So I like this. It also is just a great card to suit up. And Pup should wheel. The other copies have been coming back. Creature count's decent. We have 4 1-drops, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're probably not going to play this. We're going to get a couple more creatures. Oh, this is tough. I'm not going to play Kaya's Onslaught because Double Strike doesn't do much with my small little creatures. Battlefield Raptor wears the equipments quite well. Alpine Meadow just helps my mana out. These are all good options. I don't think I'm going to take Gold Maw. That's like the one card I know I'm not taking. I already have a lot of 3-drops, and I have places to put my mana. I'm not going to take Kaya's Onslaught because I don't need more. I just need to affect the board. It's mostly between the Raptor and the Meadow. I think I need to take the Meadow here. My mana is... I want to play like 16 lands maybe, and the Meadow is just going to help me cast my spells more often because I need early white and early red. Raptor does wear equipment well. We already have a lot of things to do on turn 1, which makes Raptor worse. I have 21 cards. I'll just take the Raptor. And rewarded. Thank goodness that I took something playable because I'm not going to get anything this pack. The land could also wheel because I doubt anyone's in red-white or really cares about snow enough to play a red-white land. What do we want to not face? Or what's most likely to make in someone's deck? I'm going to cut the Depart the Realm. I'm going to just hate draft that thing. I could hate the Ice Tunnel, but I think hating Depart the Realm is fine because if I put all my equipments on something, I don't want to get it bounced. Also, I'm not going to play Reckless Crew. I have 4. I'm probably not going to play the Longboat either. I have 6 equipments. I don't think that's even close to enough. This is like a commander card or something. I don't care about the Ox and Plow combo. I could use another Cleric. Berserker. That could be really nice in the late game. Play it, equip a bunch of things, attack. I don't think I care about these other cards. Yeah, I have enough 1-drops that 2-drops are less important. I'm not going to keep the meme dwarf card. It was literally just described as the meme dwarf card. I'm probably going to play 17 lands actually because I have so many ways to equip things. And I have this to discard extra lands. And I have this to like equip. And this to activate. And these to activate. 17 lands seems like the play. So I need 2 more playables for my deck. I'm probably going to wheel one of the pups. And if I really need a playable, I could play Squash. Yeah, Burgi Flip. Also a mana sink. Braggart or 4th pup? Probably 4th pup. I could consider the Warhorn Blast, but I don't think I need it. X-Card Braggart's solid. I can also activate it twice with Burgi. Braggart's okay. It literally doesn't matter what the creature is. Having First Strike is just so nice. Scald is better than Blast. Probably. I think I'm just gonna take the pup. We already have 4 giants in the sideboard. Well, it's another pup for us. I also just like having 5 pups because that's just hilarious. So we have 5 pups, 4 helms. I don't actually want run amucks because I have all my discretionary slots filled with helms. Helmsley! I could cut the braggart maybe. We'll have to see what we wheel here. I could cut breakneck. A call. Call would have been pretty nice. Mush! Codespell cleric. Huh. Nice. Someone took the 2/2 lifelink. Scorn, effigy. Nope. We're just going to take the cleric. It buffs my creatures a little bit. Leaves a 1/1 behind. 1/1's can wear things. And it has vigilance. Okay. Raider's the weakest card. Immersturm. I don't think I want Raven's Wings. But I'm going to take it because there's a chance that I need it against certain decks. I could have taken the lifelink card. If I wanted to, I could play the longboat and the reckless crew, and then I have 8 equipments to go with it. That's a third of my playables are equipments. So let's just say there's a rule of 4. So it's like every, like you're 10% to have a card. I think, wait, so if every 4 cards, it's like 1 in 10 odds of having it. Okay, we're going to cut bind the monster from this pool of cards. That's pretty good against my cheap things that are suited up. So let's think. We're not going to play this right now. Okay, let's think. If I have 8 equipments in the deck, 8 cards that trigger it, that means that in an average game, let's just say I get 10 cards deep in my deck before I'd want to cast it. I'll take Valor, but I'm not going to play it. So if I have 8 copies of it, that's a third of my playables. That means I have... If I draw every 10 cards I draw, I'm going to draw... Oh my gosh, we're just going to take the 06 so we don't have to block it. Or have to be attacking through it. Dang, why am I struggling with this math? If I have 8 copies of a card, it's probably because I'm also drafting at the same time. I'll think about the math afterwards. Not going to play that other one. Okay. Wow, we got 5 of these without trying. 3 of them. Okay, so if I have 8 equipments in the deck, 8 equipments, and I draw, let's just say, 10 cards from my deck, that means that I'm drawing 25% of my deck, and 8 out of 40 is 20% of my deck. That didn't help me. Jeez Louise. I know this isn't hard math. It's if I have, it's like every 4 cards I draw, I'm likely to draw 1 of them. That's how it works, I think. Yeah, so if I've drawn 10 cards, if every 4 cards I draw, so if I'm 8 cards deep, I should have drawn 2 equipments. If I'm 12 cards deep, I should have drawn 3 equipments. The Reckless Crew would be so funny to play. Okay, so let's see. I think I want 17 lands in this deck because I have a lot of mana activation abilities. So the question is, what do I want to cut? I could cut Axguard Braggart. I could cut Breakneck Berserker, but I think playing it and attacking a lot. This card's like nice flood insurance a little bit. Are there any cards that I might consider adding? Longboat I could add, Raven Wings I could add, Reckless Crew I could add, Squash I could add. We'll just take all the cards I could consider. I don't think I want Scald. It's like 2 creatures. Exile a creature card and return an artifact or enchantment. So if they have that type of removal. So let's see. So if I played like with this card, I think I'd have to have at least 8. So I'd have to play all my stuff. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm not going to play Reckless Crew. That's just a meme. I'm not going to play Squash. I already have 2 Bounding Golds. I don't need that much removal. So I'll just make sure to conserve my bounded golds. Gonna cut Squash. Raven Wings, I think is just gonna be worse than another Tormentor's Helm probably. I have a couple things that already have flying, like Raptor, Starnheim Courser, and these give trample, so I don't need the bad evasion. Oh yeah, let's go.
Streamer Showdown, hype.
Thank you so much, Brotcanmer, for the subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. 7 months, that's a long time. Okay, so I think we want to play 17 lands, so we have to cut one card. We're going to go 9-8 in favor of red, because we just have so many red cards. I could even go 10-7. Of course, I'm making Hammer playable earlier is nice. I agree. I like the Rune. I like the Raider, I think. Braggart is the card that I keep eyeballing because I don't need a boast ability. It's not that great the turn I play it. I'm going to probably already have a bunch of things in play. How many creatures do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have enough creatures. I don't need Braggart, I don't think. It does discount the bounding golds too. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the Braggart. It is good with Burgi, but everything's good with Burgi because Burgi's absurd. And I have Pups. Pups are also good with Burgi if I have a lot of mana. So I think I'm going to cut the Braggart. I could consider cutting a Pup, but that would be kind of weird. Oh yeah, I could cut the Berserker. Well, because I have so many things that equip, Benjamin. I'm gonna need to have lands in play, and all my 1-drops have activated abilities that I can use. Well, the reason I could consider 10-7 is because I need to be able to double spell, but I think I'm gonna lean towards 9-8, especially because I have a lot of my more cards that are like 2-drops are white. I could cut the Breakneck Berserker. That is true. I kind of like the idea of playing it, suiting it up. I'm just going to cut the Axeguard Braggart. I think we're going to play it like this. This auto land feature recommends 10-7. So let's just count it up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 5 Pups and 4. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 red sources. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 14 to 9 is not enough that I'm going to want to play 10-7, I don't think. Even though I have all these Pups, I still have a lot of white 1-drops as well. I am sure I want 17. I have all these things that care about equipping, so I'm going to need the extra mana running around. Oh, the Braggart could be a really good way to spend some of this mana because I'm going to have 17 lands. And Vigilance is good with all these equipments. I haven't actually played the Braggart. It's probably better than the Berserker. Yeah, we're going to run it like this, I think. I don't need a haste creature. A haste creature would be nice for like a fireball, but I think I'm living in dreamland there a little bit. So yeah, this is going to be 9-8. And we're going to run it like this. Well, that's going to do it for the deck drafting and build portion, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support me over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, especially those who support me at the credits level. I really do appreciate the support, and it is thanks to the support of patrons that I'm able to continue producing high quality videos on a consistent basis. Even those who pledge just a single $1 a month really do help me out, and all patrons gain access to my card-by-card grade spreadsheet for Kaldheim, so you get that nice little resource no matter what level of patron you are, and then you can get access to other cool things at higher tiers. But without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We have lost the die roll, which is unfortunate, but our deck can certainly compete after losing the die roll. Oh, a snow deck. Looking is a real advantage, though, so I'm definitely going to look at his deck list if I can get a hold of it. Oh, so hopefully my deck can take out his deck that's just dirtling around a little bit. His deck's going to be slow, but I'm going to have to beat him before he gets to mana number 7, because that card's going to be a house against me. Oh, no, I can activate that. Okay, perfect. Okie doke. I can Bounding Gold the path if he gets close, if I really need to. I don't want to... I only have 2 removal spells, keep in mind. Can't activate it, buddy. Glittering Frost, sure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. This takes 7. I'm just going to try and rush him down. He doesn't have all his colors either. He has 3, 4 colors. You need 1 more for this to be active anyway. Kinseekers, sure. So I can equip the Story Seeker. He can block one of the pups and I can pump the other one. Finn, okay. Oh, this card's beating against me. I'm not in great shape anymore. Oh no, this thing's coming. I'm dead. I will say if I'd been on the play this game, I think I would have gotten him. It happens. I can't block it. He'll just shrink my guy. He's gonna use this thing. He'll kill it in response. Nope. He'll activate it now. Nope. This thing gives something -2/-2. Oh no, it just deals damage. Never mind then. Using my Bounding Gold on this guy was a little aggressive. I would have lost a creature and some damage, but probably could have saved that. Why no re-equip? It doesn't really matter right now. He got the Alpine Meadow. I'm not going to concede because if I draw my Horn, my Burgie's flip side, I could maybe just spam enough things to get back into it. Oh no. Yeah, I'm going to concede now. Yeah. He's just got me. I drew too many lands there. So I don't want this because he's got a 2/4 in his deck and an 0/4 in his deck. He's got Icehide Pillar. Blood in the Snow. Jeez, his deck's sweet. Squash. What does Squash kill? Nothing that I really care about. I think I just keep it in. Let's see what he's got in his sideboard. No, I don't have a link to his deck list. OP. Oh, I do have a link. Perfect. He's got an Ascendant Spirit, Avalanche Caller, Finn. Oh, his deck is so good. Okay. Oh my gosh, he's got Crush the Weak in his deck. Oh, I'm screwed. Well. I definitely don't want this guy. Yeah, okay, playing for... Oh, I was also on the draw that game. Oh, this is a good hand. And my Raptor will outsize his creatures. What interaction does he have? He has a Demon Bolt and a Provoke the Trolls. And a Priest. Okay, so the next turn I can equip my Helm to something. I'm a little bit worried about Crush the Weak and Demon Bolt. I want to get it. I want to get that onto the Rafter as soon as possible, so that he can't Crush the Weak it. Okay, that's fine. I could do this plus Cleric. So what could he have? He could have Crush the Weak, which wouldn't affect me. I'm fine for a couple more turns. How quickly can I kill him? So I'm going to be dealing 3/5 to him this turn. I think I can kill him before anything becomes relevant. Then I can equip both of these next turn. Sure. So what could he have for 2 mana with that? And I guess what can this cast? This thing can cast Instance. So he could cast Demon Bolt. And he's going to Demon Bolt. think I've got him. Yes! Okay, I think we're going to run it back. Not much we can do. We could play a funeral longboat to help against the wraths. Cut a land on the draw. Again, folks, I don't really want to cut lands in this deck. I have a lot of ways to use lands. And I really need to make sure I hit my land drops. Boat is pretty decent. I'm just gonna run it back. Oh, this hand is so bad. I have to mulligan this. This card on turn 5 would be nice, but I can't keep that. Keep this. Get rid of... Pup, because I can't cast it. Courser, maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of the Coat Spell Cleric. It's a real bummer that I'm going to lose this way, but, you know, it happens. Oh, he's going to kill me with poison? That's appealing. One turn late on the mountain, but it's way better than nothing. Oh my gosh, really? I'm in trouble. We're back in it. What does he have? I need to get it out of his hand, whatever it is. Yeah, I thought it was mists. He's got another one. He's got Glacial. I'm not really worried about this because I have the life gain rune. Thanks for trying to screw me on mana, deck. Jeez Louise. Oh, this thing's gonna be a 4/4. Oh, the pain. Oh, he's attacking me. That's good for me. Sure. He's gonna block with his fin. but I gain a bunch of life. I don't know, I'm probably in trouble here. This thing can be a 4/4. Yeah, not great. Removal would be nice right about now. Unfortunately, we're flooding. This costs 4 snow. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 snow mana. Unfortunately, I'm just drawing too many lands here. What? Oh my gosh, they're both warriors. That's nutty. Come on, deck. Oh, yes. Just what the doctor ordered. That was a big draw for me. I'm in trouble. But it was still a big draw. Okay. Okay, opponent. Yikes. 4, 8, 13, 16. Yep, he got me. Well played. His deck is pretty good. This card just was a lot of power, and I didn't draw particularly well there. Whew, good match, though. I really wanted to win the die roll with this one. Her deck has Valkmira, which is a card I can't beat, and I have a hand that I can't keep. This has some potential. It's missing some things, but I think I get rid of a Helm here. Oh, I'm screwed. Oh, Pup is a nice addition. Her deck does lack some early plays, which is nice. She has 3 Jarl of the Forsaken. And she also has some 3/1s that aren't really that good on defense. I mean on offense. Like so. Play this to block. I'm not going to bother re-equipping. I could, but yeah, that probably would have been better to re-equip. She doesn't have any combat tricks, I don't believe. She has Kaya's Onslaught. What did she do? Oh, she double spelled? Okay, well here's my land. Keeping the pressure on. I can cast these for cheap next turn. She hasn't drawn Valkmira yet. I can keep this guy back forever. She doesn't have like -1/-1. She does have a way down, so I'll have to keep that in mind. She has way down in the deck. Other than that, do I care about trading? I don't really want to trade here. I can just take 9. Because I have this rune. That was a good draw. And I don't want to trade with her creatures because of way down. Hi, Collapsio. I'm so glad that you managed to make it. She could use another Bounding Gold. She has 3 in the deck. Oh, that's a bummer. She could have another Luminous. So this is going to choose this thing again. So I attack with everything. And then I just hope she doesn't have removal. Which tool am I... Oh, equipped with likely. There we go. And then hope she doesn't have removal. Seems decent to me. Oh my god! That's such a house. Well, this doesn't do anything at least. Oh, I messed that up. I could have cast this and then used the mana on something else. Okay, that goes away for no value. I'm still in pretty good shape here. The rune is doing work, isn't it? I can cast this, use the mana to equip this. It's probably a Jarl. She could have Jarl, Foretold, or Kaya's Onslaught. She doesn't have any instant speed removal, does she? Nope, she does not. So can I get enough to equip? So this can be 4 powered, 5 powered, 6 powered, 7 powered. No, just 6 powered. This is going to be 5, 6. No, never mind, I got it. Oh, nope, never mind. I miscounted how much mana I had. The Valkmir would have saved her. Okay, do I have any artifact removal in this deck? Nope, not any. Raven Wings is a must. Why? Why is Raven Wings a must? Let's check out what she has in her sideboard. She has Wither Crowns, Wings of the Cosmos. She's bringing in her Wings of the Cosmos, probably. Scorn Effigies in the board. Yikes. Divine Gambit. Longboat. Godsaw. Flying? I know, but most of her stuff's on the ground anyway. And all of them are tiny. She doesn't have any big creatures. I can just put my stuff on and make stuff and hope she doesn't draw Valkyria. Does she have any cards that I have to kill that I don't have removal for? Furia is a pretty big deal, and I can't kill it. Because Luminous-ing it doesn't do anything. So I might want Squash. If I'm not going to be able to beat her down, I think I'm going to want Squash. And I can probably just cut a Code Spell Cleric. Sure. I'm going to add Squash because Furia is a big problem for me. And I can't... And she still gets all the triggers if she has the thing. And she might not expect me to bring in Squash. I'm going to have to mulligan this. I just lose too easily to... Missing lands. Oh, this is great. This hand is perfect. I wish this was my 7. Keep it and ditch Hammer, probably. It's unfortunate. Hammer's so good. I could have ditched Helm, because I have 4 Helms. But I can, like, cast this as Hardenful. Probably a Jarl. I'm probably going to have to use Bergie's Hardenful half. Is it Doomscar again? Bound in gold. Okay. I'm going to use the Hardenful half. I already have 5 lands. It's more than I can use. And, now all my lands are draw 2s. Come on, something. Nope. Ugh. At least I have some stuff to do next turn. But I'm no longer flooding, because I'm chilling with my Hardenful. And I can kill Furia. Sure. Thanks, Capio. Raven Wings, for sure. She missed a point of damage. That's quite enough land, I'll say. I'm probably going to lose. She's going to deal like 6 damage to me this turn. Yep. I can't block any of her creatures. No more than 6, 7, 9 damage maybe. I just haven't drawn spells this game. It's kind of unreal. But I'm back on the play in game 3. Let's see what we hit off this. Nice. Gaining 3 life is really nice. If she lets me. Sure. And I gain an extra life because... Wait, what? Oh my gosh, I get the extra life. Back in the game. Man, Tormentor's Helm plus lifelink is absurd. I gain the life even if they damage me. And Usher the Fallen's going to be great here. They can weigh down on me. Oh, Harnfell clutching it for me despite my abysmal first, like, 6 turns. Oh, they did have weigh down. Yikes. It's not great for me, but I can equip this thing. I don't think I'm going to use my Harnful this turn because I can squash this maybe. Or I can play this guy. I can play my land even if I really need to make this thing a 3/3. But it's going to trade with these two things anyway. So I think I want to play this and make a 1/1 maybe. No, I'm going to equip, play this, a double equip. No, I can only single equip then. I'm just going to attack then. Okay, that's good. Does she have anything else that I really need to save this removal spell for? Not really. And I want to save the squash for Furia as long as possible, so... I've drawn so many lands this game. Look how many lands are in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4 lands. 5 lands. I'm not going to block. She probably has Jarl. I don't need another helm. I'm going to keep digging. There we go. And if she doesn't do anything this turn, I can just zap Starnheim Courser. Her only foretell spell is Jarl, so I know she has it. Does she have other foretell spells? It's just Jarls, right? No, and she has a Kaya's Onslaught. Okay, so I'm not going to want to get wrecked by Kaya's Onslaught or Scorn Effigies or things like that. So I can't get wrecked by Kaya's Onslaught if I just kill this. Jarl plus that can't kill me either. So if she has Jarl plus that, that would be 4 first strike damage. So that could still trade with this thing, but that's probably okay. I can't even equip this anyway this turn because I'm going to activate this guy. And I'm just going to hold this so I can activate Horn. You can. You're allowed to play any number. I did, Mr. Zakashak. I did. So she has another Jarl, she can trade it with this one. I might as well activate it to get that extra point of life. Yep, Jarl. Now both of my dogs are lethal. Harmful won me this game. I think they're still dead. Because they have to block Pup, because Pup is lethal. Got there. The dogs with the helmets. Helmed dogs. Wings of Fury. Oh my gosh. We got the win despite losing the die roll. We were saving the die roll win for the last round, hopefully. I'll see you folks there. Welcome to the final round. If we win this, we get to make it to the finals. And we have won the die roll. I was chanting, go die roll, pretty much. Oh, this is a tough hand. Oh, tough. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I have a lot of good draws. Plains is good. I have 8 plains in the deck. Bergie's really good. But I have to mulligan this, I think. And this is a little bit better, but not one I love. Ugh. Not my best hands here. Considering I have 8 1-drops, not having one of those is... Actually, I have 12 1-drops. These are not the cards that I'm looking for. Okay, could be anything. Oh, goodness. So it's not a Serov's Packmate. So it could be the Iron Price card, but this guy kind of gets around it. If it's the fight spell, she couldn't use that. I really need to draw a Tormentor's Helm so I can put my rune on it. I don't want to put a rune just in the dark. Of course, it's Struggle for Skemfar. I'm not going to play a creature into the Fall of the Imposter. We're chilling. Our life total is going to be plenty high. We don't want her to draw Masked Vandal, but then again, she could draw it. So it's not a Serov's Packmate, or she would have just played it. So it's probably the Iron Price. There we go. Play the Starnheim, and then... Raptor. We can do these next turn. Okay, so I have 3 first strike creatures to block Maja. Gotta be said, my odds of winning here are slim. Maja's a house against me. Pretty much unbeatable, I'd say. It's one of the unbeatables. Oh, this hand did not materialize the way I wanted it to. I just didn't draw anything I needed early. But she can't attack into my first strike army. Does she have any combat tricks? No. Does she have a combat trick? What? I don't think she has a combat trick. Maybe she has something I don't remember. Maybe she really wanted to enable Masked Vandal? Okay. Oh, she's getting rid of the helm? Okay. That is weird to me. But okay. I wish I had a little bit more life gain, but I do have my 2/2 guy to gain me some life. There's a guy that's pretty good. I'm just not going to attack with any of my first strike creatures. If she wants to use Iron Price on this guy, I'm okay with that. She could have done it last turn. Sure, the Iron Price. Oh, she used that from her hand. Okay, so she maybe has Struggle for Skemfar. What does she have? Yara Glade Warden, maybe? Shepherd of the Cosmos? She maybe has Shepherd of the Cosmos, but she doesn't have another creature in the graveyard. She has to have Shepherd down there as one of her cards. Grizzled Outrider, sure. This is tough. Real tough. I might have been supposed to play that as a 2/3 to be able to do that. Okay. Well, I have 5 power of first strike. That's pretty good on defense. Oh, this is tough because she's gonna use her Cosmos thing to get back her flyer. Oh, yep. Shocker. Yep. I can't beat this thing. Oh, tough round. Tough round indeed. I did not get off on the right foot there, but I might need this squash. She has some big creatures that really need to be killed. And then I can cut Code Spell Cleric. I think that's what I did before. I did have to mulligan. Ugh. What's she got in the sideboard? I didn't look at that yet. Divine Gambit, Broken Wings. She's going to bring in Broken Wings. I need to play her on that card. Maybe Wings of the... Maybe she'll bring in Wings of the Cosmos. That was a tough game, though. I drew none of my 1-drops early. It's tough, though. That's how it goes. My first hand was impossible to keep because I didn't have both my colors, and my second hand was just heinous, pretty much. I will play first, and we can keep this one. This is good. I wouldn't mind drawing some Helms. Usher the Fallen can do some good work here. I just hope she doesn't have her 1 copy of Battlefield Raptor. Thank goodness. I'm going to pressure her as much as possible. It exiles Deep Breeze. Does she have a lot of 3 toughness things? She has some Gold Maws, Some recluses. Another yikes draw here. She just probably has struggle for Schem 4 and I lose on the spot. It's a rolls pack, mate. Given the circumstances, that's not that bad for me. She won game 1. It's looking like she's going to win game 2 as well. Yep. Yep. This deck didn't play out the way I was hoping it would play out. I was hoping to always have an equipment to put around on my little junky creatures. Kind of have multiple Tormentor's Helms running around at once. But the way it has played out has been not favorable for me. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. The only card that gives me a chance of winning the game. Literal only one. What's she gonna fight? Oh, there we go. Sure. She's all tapped out. I don't even need to use the horn. This thing's kind of a problem. But horn can help me find multiple helms. Sure. Hashtag winnable. Wow. That's a good trade for me. Very good for me. I'm liking my odds now. So this could be some iron prices. Probably not struggle for Skemfar. She probably would have used those. Okay, Shepherd of the Cosmos gets back. Rune of Might. Oh no, the Battlefield Raptor. Okay. Hey, Jamie, how are you doing? Good game earlier. I'm trying to do the same thing I did to you to MTG Nerd Girl, wherein I use Horn of the Helm. I mean Horn of Bounty to win me a game. Eh. Horn is good. It's the best card in my deck. Sure. Okay, Deep Breeze. Pull it back to PG, please. Yikes. Okay, the Lindworm. Sure. Sorry, the thing I'm using to read chat fell over. My ingenious device failed. There we go. I think I'm just going to get as much value as I can out of this. This card's a beating too. Yep. I take 11. And they have lifelink. Yikes. I think I'm gonna need another Luminous Bonds. Okay, put her there. Put it there. I'm in trouble. Oh, we got trouble. Right here in River City. Yep. Goldmont champion is a problem. The fact that I didn't draw an equipment before using Rune of Sustenance is literally going to lose me the game. Seven, 11, 12, 15. 7, 11, 14. Yeah, her land also was brutal for me. And I take 4, 5, 6, 9. We're in it. So this takes 7, so I can't do that. I have to do this. Because otherwise she'd have 2 flyers and I'd only have 1. I can attack with this because I can block there. And she can't even iron price it. Okay, she doesn't have iron price. Good to know. So she has blanks. I can trade here. I think I need to equip this to there, because that turns off Struggle for Skemfar as a way that loses me the game. Let's look at her removal suite. Because also Maga, then I don't have the chump block. She also has a Bound in Gold. Oh, baby. Put 1 on that guy. Okay. So I have 2 massive trampolines. This is 13. Okay, what could she have? She could have Wings of the Cosmos. Snakeskin Veil. Though she would have attacked if she had Snakeskin Veil or Wings of the Cosmos last turn. So she doesn't have either of those. She doesn't have a combat trick or she would have attacked me. She doesn't have a removal spell either. She could have Iron Verdict. And it's actually fairly likely that she does because I haven't been attacking. So this way I play around. Struggle for Scam for our top deck. She does get to draw Bounding Gold, potentially. Yeah. Oh, that's good for me. Oh, right, these things can't crew vehicles. So I just have to fade Bounding Gold. Yep. Struggle does kill me. Oh, Struggle does kill me anyway because of the 7/7, you're right. I'm just going to go all in on the Giant, I think, because I can untap it to protect from Iron Verdict. Boom! Whoo! I can't discard the land because it's in exile. Okay. Well then. That was a grind. Okay, so she has Iron Verdict, so my Vigilance on a Funeral Longboat could be good against that. This Masked Vandal's a problem. I like my 17 lands, so is there a card that I really want? Reckless Crew for these grindy games. Funeral Longboat. Oh, gosh. That was a crazy game. Okay, time for her to mulligan. That'd be nice. I'm not above that. You think I'm honorable? Oh, yes! 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 Fear the mighty wolf pup! Oh! Oh, I have neighbors. Yikes. Oh, okay. They must think I'm insane. Okay. Ow! Let's go! Wolf pup, 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 wolf pup. Ah! Oh, that can't block any of my wolf pups. Nice. I'm going to activate. Because next turn I can play Helm and still hold up activation. I don't think that's what they think, Red Dragon. Hello, sir. We have a report of a wolf in the area. If she uses Struggle for Skemfar to make this guy bigger, I can bound and gold it. Yes. And the next turn I get this hammer into play. Maja, sure. So now I just have a bunch of 5/1 wolves coming in hot. How does she get out of this? Bounding gold on my hammer. Could do it. Iron verdicts over and over. Longboat. Oh, nice. Sure. Raptor. Sure. Raptor's a really good card for her to have here. So she blocks with the Raptor there. I didn't need to play that land now that I think about it. Actually, I did. I needed to have 6 in play. Please don't have deal 5. Please don't have deal 5. I don't think she has the deal 5, or she probably would have done stuff differently earlier. Sure. So I can do 7 damage. I think I kill all of her real creatures. And I'll kill the vehicle. Okay, I'm gonna need another top deck here. Jeez Louise. Battlefield Raptor's so good. What? No blocks. Come on, Rune of Life Gain. My deck has let me down. Oh, we had so much promise to start, but then we didn't draw a spell the entire game. Wow. Our opening hand was the 3 wolves, the Tormentor's Helm. No, 2 wolves, Tormentor's Helm, 3 lands, and the hammer, I believe. I'm going to play the land because if I do draw my spell, I need to draw Immersturm Raider into something. Oh my gosh, even lands are deathly. Even if I had drawn 1 creature here, it would have made a huge difference. Oh man, I think I underdrew. Oh, she's playing around me drawing the haste guy. Fair. Three, 4, 5, 6. So I drew 1 spell. I drew 2 spells that game. No, I had a 4. I kept a 4 lane. Yeah, I drew 2 spells that game. Oh man, that was rough. That was really rough. If I had drawn 1 spell that game, I think I would have won. Like literally a single spell, and I would have won. Huh. Oh well. Happens. 17. I play 17 because I have so many activation costs, so many equips. I have Horn of Harnfell in case that I can draw if I'm flooding out, and I have an Immersturm Raider. This is the deck. If I draw any spell, I win, I think. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Whew. Thank you so much, I Am Neutral, for the subscription. Thanks for sharing the love and supporting my channel. I really appreciate that. But yeah, that is going to do it for this draft video. If you were watching this on YouTube and you made it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Wolfpack to let me know you made it all the way to the end, because 5 fearless pups doesn't come up all that often. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section down below with your questions or feedback. You can also click that bell so you get notified when I post future videos, and check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. You can also read my articles and join the free NicolaiBolas Discord server linked in the description and pinned comment down below. If you would like to support my content, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Overall, pretty cool deck, close matches, and that last one was totally winnable. We just needed a little bit of help from our deck there. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.